Yo, so with graduation, weeks behind, I finally feel like I can make this. I wanted to make this, it's like audio track kind of thing. I know Kanye on Last Call did it when he would have like the track and like the song would go off and he can basically start like talking about like his experiences and stuff like that. And it's been a really rough experience for me. If you don't know, my name is CJ Davis, the next big thing. Man, it was rough, man. So, where do I start? I'm from Tallahassee, Florida, but people don't really know it. That's the capital of Florida. You would be surprised. Like, people live in Florida their whole life, and they don't know what the capital is. And I was born in Tallahassee, but I was raised in Havana. And if you don't know what Tallahassee is, you damn sure ain't gonna know what Havana is. It's like right next to Tallahassee. Most people think like, oh, Havana. I tell them I say I'm from Havana. They say, oh, what, Cuba? It's like, nah. But yeah, bro. And I went to school in Gaston County. It's the blackest county in Florida. All that good shit. And fast forward, I'm like 23 years old. In and out of college, basically like just wasting my life playing basketball at basketball courts, like street ball type shit. It's whatever. It was hot. And I met this dude at a basketball court named Spence, and he got me a job at Go Clean. And basically for like 2 years, I was scrubbing off dead insects and bird shit for people's cars and shit at a car wash. And I hated it. It was horrible. I hated that shit. And I would just always talk to my coworkers, and we always talk about movies and like how we feel about it. We all have like real in-depth conversations with other 22-year-olds. And I would just like break my back for this job, man. But I hated it, and I just every night I would go home just thinking about movies and wishing I could do it. And then, like I said, after 2 years, I got a call from Full Sail out of the blue. I think it was something about like my FAFSA. I think I had to like do something with TCC, it's a community college, and I had to like update my FAFSA, and I put it's a part in there where you got to put like the schools you want to send that I guess you want to send some kind of form to, and I had Florida State. They never called. Shout out to the Nose. But Full Sail actually gave me a phone call and invited me to come down. Invited me to come down for like a tour. So I remember I was like in uniform talking to him, and it was just like, fuck it, why not? I mean, I ain't doing nothing else, and this, whatever. If anything, it's a weekend in Orlando. Who cares? Better than Tallahassee at that point. So I came down, and we was going on the tour, and we seen the college. It was nice and all that shit. And I remember I asked it was a black lady who ended up being one of my teachers. I asked her, is it possible that you can go to work and go to Full Sail full time? Because they were making it seem like it was like a 24-hour type school, which kind of isn't. They kind of lied about that, but other than that, it was great. But anyway, so yeah, it was like she was like, no, well, people don't do that. It's hard to go to this school and go to work full time, and that kind of scared me a little bit, but apparently not enough for me not to go. So fuck it, I was just like, I'm leaving Tallahassee, I'm out of here. And my girlfriend at the time, she didn't want me to do it. she definitely didn't want me to do it. She tried everything tooth and nail, but I knew that if I was gonna live my life the way I wanted to live my life, which is my ultimate goal, I had to stop working. And they even offered me a manager position at Go Clean, the car wash. And I turned them down. I was like, nah, man. I'd rather go around here and shoot these movies. Like, fuck this shit. So I get to Full Sail, and it's all good. Like in the beginning, like when somebody wants you, or when they really want you to come to a school or organization, it's like they're really happy and they want to help you out. But as soon as you get in, they just kind of cut you off. And I remember the school's like super expensive. It's like $70,000 to $80,000 for like the film program. And I remember, obviously I ain't got that kind of money, not yet. And they offered like certain loans and shit like that, and I got denied. Like I had moved all my stuff into Orlando, and I got denied. And I was just like, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm already in the city. I quit my job. I can't go back. And I called the school day after day, and they finally was like, well, if you get denied for the loan, you can get another loan where it's gonna pay X amount of dollars, and we're gonna get you in. Only thing is, we gonna take all your financial aid, and like you can't have like any money from the school, which sucks, because I'm just like, man, how y'all expect me to live? I didn't have a job at the time, so that was crazy. We figured it out. I was working a furniture liquidators kind of job, selling like old nasty ass furniture with my cousin's husband. And eventually I had started doing Uber, which I ain't really fuck with that much. So then I started doing this thing called Bike Squad, where I deliver food and shit. So I'm working, like, I'm going to school full time, doing all that fucking homework, not missing a class, and I'm working like full time with Bike Squad, paying my bills, man. And through the grace of God, the Most High, and my mom, my parents, my brothers too, they actually helped me get through it. So we're gonna fast forward a little bit more, man. So I'm working on set. We're doing our first movie for FI3. I'm an art PA, and they just having us, like, for this movie, it was about like a zombie apocalypse. So we just destroying this set. Like our job was actually to just like get furniture and get all kind of shit and like break it, which was pretty cool. And I did that, and it was an awesome experience. Then I went from a PA to a production designer for the next film, and it was a horrible piece of shit movie called It's a Ghost. But I was happy to do it because it was like a female director, and it was like, I don't know, it was my first key position, so I was really happy to do it. But let's just say she really wasn't ready for the job, and I guess none of us were. But long story short, like, I failed the class. Like, the dude, it was like a group project, and people weren't doing what they were supposed to do, and I actually failed the class. It was my first time I failed the class in like 3 years. And I remember going back, I walked up on the teacher like a couple days, cause I kept emailing him, he never emailed me back, so I just ran up on him, like, yo, what's poppin', man? Like, I need to pass this class. Like, I'm not trying to fail. And like, at Full Sail, if you fail, you gotta go back a month. I wasn't trying to do that. So he told me I can do something called grade forgiveness. I had to do like some kind of form wherein I had to like tell him what kind of grade I thought I deserved, and he would like read it and see if it, if he should change it. I'm just like, all right, whatever it takes, man. And I remember just emailing this bastard. Eric Tomlin is his name, and it was another dude, a fat Louis C.K. looking dude, who I was also emailing, and he was a jerk. He was an idiot. And basically, I waited like 3 weeks to get my grade changed, and like it went from like a 67 to like a 69.5. Like 3 weeks of me waiting, and I went back and did all the work, you know what I'm saying, all that shit, and he only raised my grade like basically almost like 2 points. And I was just like, I woke up, I was just like, it was in the middle of the night, and I just woke up, I was just like, what the fuck, man, like, this is bullshit. I failed the class because you needed a 70 to pass the class, and I was freaking out. I called my mom. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just like, man, what am I gonna do? So I'm reading the student manual. Student manual was like, they have to round your grade up to the highest letter grade. So it was hope. So I had a 69.5. So I'm just like, yo, you gonna round my grade up? And one teacher, I think it was Eric, was like, yeah, but the course director was like, nah, we don't round up. I'm just like, well, student manual say you guys do round up. And he was just like, we don't round up a 0.5, which mathematically that's incorrect. You have to round up 0.5 and shit. So I got my mom involved. I even got a student advisor involved, and he was an idiot. He didn't understand basic math, but this guy's getting paid good money to, sit there, I guess. So yeah, man, like I said, to the Most High and the mayors, my mom, we got through it, man. I passed the class by .5. You know what I mean? Like, I got a 69, I would have still been in school. But luckily, like I said, it didn't go down that way. And then we get to like the last part of the class, wherein I'm actually like, and like before I get to that part, I want to talk about how I was just like so devastated. I was working on the movie that I shot called Well months and months and months ago, back when I was working on It's a Ghost, that horrible movie. And I had everything laid out. I had all the people I wanted to work with. But after I failed that class, like, it really like killed my creativity. Like, I was just like, for months I just could not write. I could not do anything. I was just like, man, I was just creatively dead. But after months of recovery, I finally was like, okay, so I'm gonna get back to this, because I came down here to shoot movies. Like, I came down to Full Sail after like basically reading a book by George Lucas about how he made Star Wars, and just kind of talking about his upbringing and all the things he went through. And I like George, so I wanted to shoot movies like, like George and Spielberg and Spike. So I didn't want to leave Full Sail just saying, hey, I did class projects. Like, no, I want to do my own separate projects. So I did all the paper. I reached out to Matt Nelson. Shout out to Matt Nelson. And he told me what I needed to do to be able to use a sound stage and their equipment. And he was like, if you just do these things right here, I'll give you the equipment and the sound stage. You just got to come out of pocket for your own stuff. I was like, all right, bet. So I saved up. Actually, I didn't save up. My income tax check refund came back, and it was like I had $300 left over from all that shit, and I just kind of saved that and put that back. And eventually, man, I shot my movie. I shot my movie. It was exciting. It was very stressful. I kind of went into like a zone for like a week, and I had like, if people were dropping out left and right. I mean, like, I can write a book about what the fuck was happening. I had like the hardest class was our last month for some reason, and it was just crazy, man. But my best friend down here, Tanner, and my other best friend, Akila, helped me through it. And we got through it, man. But I shot the movie well. It's coming out soon. We editing right now. But I just wanted to say, like, if you want to do something, do it. Like, don't pussyfoot around with it. Just fucking do it. No questions asked. Just whatever you gotta do to make it happen, make it happen. And also, before I let go, she probably ain't gonna like this if she hear this, but and we kind of resolved it with my cousin. I was doing a music video with my friend Tanner for this rapper down here, and we needed to use a car for the music video. So I texted her, and I was like, hey, cuz, and she texted me back immediately. And then I told her, I was like, could I borrow your car for a music video? And she just never hit me back. I'm just like, what? Like, that's so crazy. Like, she eventually said that she was like super busy and all that type of stuff. But I feel like, man, if I don't know, like, so like Kanye or like Obama or somebody, that's some prominent person asks you, you wouldn't blow them off like that. But we'll get there in due time. But for right now, this is like my story for right now. Stay tuned. I am.